Welcome to LearnSphere. In this video, we'll be combining index laws and solving them. Let's take a quick recap. The key laws of indices you need to know are, firstly, product law, where we have a to the power of m times a to the power of n. As both bases are the same, we have to add the powers. So we'll get a to the power of m plus n. For the second law, quotient law, where we have a to the power of m divided by a to the power of n. As they are of the same base, the powers are subtracted, where we will get a to the power of m minus n. For the third law, power of a power, where we have bracket a to the power of m raised to the power of n. In this case, m and n has to be multiplied by each other, where we'll get a to the power of mn. For the fourth law, we have zero index, where a to the power of 0 or anything to the power of 0 is equals to 1. Lastly, negative index, where we have a to the power of negative n. To get it to be a positive index, we have to flip it, and therefore we will get 1 over a to the power of n. Now let's combine these in a variety of problems and solve them. Let's go on to example 1, where we have the product and power of a power. For the first example, we have bracket 3 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 4 raised to the power of 2. Firstly, we have to solve the index in the brackets. So in the brackets, we have 3 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 4, which can be simplified to be 3 to the power of 2 plus 4, and the whole thing is raised to the power of 2. This can be simplified to be bracket 3 to the power of 6 raised to the power of 2, in which we'll get the answer of 3 to the power of 12. Next, for example 2, we have the quotient and negative index. In this example, we have x to the power of 5 over x to the power of 8. This example can also be expressed as x to the power of 5 divided by x to the power of 8, where we have the same base which is being divided by each other. Therefore, the powers have to be subtracted, where we can write x to the power of 5 minus 8, in which we can get x to the power of negative 3. As this is a negative index, we have to convert it into a positive index by flipping it. X to the power of negative 3 is in the numerator, where it's over 1. And to get it to be a positive index, we can rewrite it as 1 over x to the power of 3 as our answer. Let's go on to example 3, where we have multiple bases and we have to do step-by-step simplification. For this example, we have 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 2 over 2 to the power of 4. Firstly, we have to solve and simplify for the numerator, where we'll get in the numerator 2 to the power of 3 plus 2. And in the denominator, we can leave it as 2 to the power of 4. Next, in the numerator, we can simplify it to be 2 to the power of 5, and it's over 2 to the power of 4. This fraction can be expressed as 2 to the power of 5 divided by 2 to the power of 4. And as they have the same base and are dividing by one another, we can rewrite it as 2 to the power of 5 minus 4, where we will get 2 to the power of 1 as our answer. And in the simplified form, we can just write it as 2. Let's go on to example 4, where we have nested powers and negative index. For this example, we have bracket x to the power of negative 2 raised to the power of 3 times x to the power of 4. Firstly, we have to solve for the brackets on the inside, where we'll get bracket. Inside it, we'll get x to the power of negative 2 times 3 times by x to the power of 4. Next, we can simplify it to be x to the power of negative 6 times x to the power of 4. As we have the same base of x and is being multiplied by one another, the powers have to be added to one another. Therefore, we'll get x to the power of minus 6 plus 4, in which it can be simplified to be x to the power of negative 2. As x to the power of negative 2 is a negative index, we have to convert it to a positive index. And x to the power of negative 2 can be expressed as x to the power of negative 2 over 1. And we have to flip it, where we will get 1 over x squared as our answer. Next, for example 5, we have multiple bases and negative index. For this question, in the numerator, we have x to the power 4 times y to the power negative 2 times x to the power 3 over y to the power 5 times z to the power negative 3. Firstly, we have to do the step-by-step simplification, where in the numerator, we can combine it to be, for x values, we get it x to the power 4 plus 3 times by y to the power negative 2 over y to the power 5 times z to the power negative 3, which can be further simplified to be x to the power 7 times y to the power negative 2 over y to the power 5 times z to the power negative 3. Next, for all the negative index, we have to flip them to get it to be a positive index. For our y to the power of negative 2, we can flip it and it will be in the denominator, where we'll get y to the power of 5 times y to the power of 2. And for z to the power of negative 3, as we flip it, it will go to the numerator, where we will get x to the power 7 times by z to the power of 3. Next, we can simplify this. For our numerator, we can just rewrite it as x to the power 7 z to the power of 3 over, in the denominator, we have y to the power of 5 plus 2, in which we can get our answer to be x to the power 7 z to the power of 3 over y to the power of 7 as our answer. Thank you for watching.